So tell me something. What is one belief or thought pattern that you really had to let go in your journey of success and in working with so many people and guiding them throughout in their life journey?
There are so many limiting beliefs. So it's quite challenging when you say one limiting belief. But I used to be an introvert who always used to think that I'm not good enough and I'm not smart enough. I think over the years, I have consciously broken that limiting belief to have come all this way, to even come and speak in a forum like this.
So thank you and welcome to today's session of Heart-Led Conversations with me. And welcome everybody who's watching this conversation or is going through the notes of this conversation. I am Priyanka, your host for Heart-Led Conversations. And the intention behind these conversations is to unlock the inner success journey behind all the external success that we people are achieving. I'm also an emotional intelligence coach, and I love to guide people to work through their thoughts and to understand their emotions and befriend them. And in today's episode, I have my very dear friend whom I look up to, and she's the director of Yoga Bharati. So, welcome and namaste.
Thank you very much.
So, just handing over to you to give a brief intro about yourself, what you do, and yeah.
So, hi everyone, namaste. And I'm Prabha Krishna. I'm the director of Yoga Bharati. I'm a senior yoga therapist and been in the field of or in the path of yoga for the past 23 years. I've been fortunate to be in this path of awareness and being aware of mind and the body connection. And over the past 2 years, I have beautifully, I would say, kind of smoothened into the Helio Life teachings. So right now, I'm also a Helio Life coach and workshop leader. So this has been the most fulfilling part of my journey because connecting with people and also um, earlier it was healing the physical pain of people because I was concentrating on that all these years as a yoga therapist. People used to come with various health issues, and now connecting with people and being connected with the pain management of the heart itself is something very wonderful. I would say that earlier I used to say I'm a pain management therapist, but now I would reframe it and say that I'm a heart-led, oh yeah, it's very beautiful. The similar way of what you said, heart-led conversation, heart-to-heart connection, and so that we are relieved of this pain, which we are carrying on in so many years because of experiences.
Thank you. And thank you for being here. And I really want to ask you that what is this shift that you mentioned from pain management and to the heart-led way of working? What does it mean to you personally?
It took personally for me. I am sure as every other person, we all have different experiences in life. And I have had a kind of, I would say, some painful experiences as joyful experiences in my life. And during those turbulent experiences as a child, as an only child in a turbulent environment, I've always had this belief that I'm going to be left alone, I'm not good enough. I'm honored only when I'm achieving something. So there were a lot of, and also I was a total introvert, not uh, wanting to speak up and stand up and voice out also, because I was not able to know how to express. Expression through words or is very has been very challenging from a child for me because I've always suppressed that, and because I thought that there is no point in expressing anyway. Who is going to be hearing about it? So that is the way I had put on these beliefs in myself that anyway I'm not seen, I'm not visible, I'm not good enough right now. I need to do something to be good enough in front of my parents or in front of my relatives. So as a child who's grown up to be a youngster, that also brought some shifts for me when I moved out of my house to a hostel. And that when that shift happened itself, it also brought an inner shift for me because I started being more independent. But still, there was always a constant limiting belief that I'm not worthy enough and I'm not deserving of love. Because, and I used to find that everywhere in my interaction, that someone or the other used to keep hurting me, and I am a person who shrinks and immediately goes into a cocoon rather than expressing emotions in anger or rage. Sometimes just letting out also becomes a good release, actually. But I'm a person who shrinks, and shrinking always with severe fault finding of myself. I'm a highly self-critical, I was a highly self-critical person, being in the road to perfection, because I have been brought up by a perfection parent who always believed that you need to be perfect, whatever you do. And that was ingrained or seeped so much into my brain that I always craved to become perfect. Yes, it had helped me in many fields, but it did make me unhappy in so many areas. And I also looked for perfectionism in many other family members too, specifically my spouse and my children when I grew up to be a woman with two children. So I could see that although in the path of yoga, I had started quite young. I think when I was 23-year-old, I entered into the path of yoga. These limiting beliefs and these thoughts were I had not, what do you say, I had not understood. I had not even explored that area. At that time, it was all about doing the asanas. It's just doing. I was just doing the asanas and teaching. But over the years, the shift has slowly happened, specifically when I started listening to my guru's satsangs, and then I moved on to listening to Louis Hay's teachings via my mentor, Babuma. Only then lot of churning had happened, and the churning had brought about lot of suffering inside, because everywhere it is chaotic inside. And but out of the chaos and out of the suffering, I would say just I emerged with beautiful, colorful wings, and flying free. So that freedom, and which is cannot be expressed right now through words with you, but that is what I felt, that moving from pain to absolute, acceptance and approval and appreciation of myself and others, and approval of the experiences which I had in my life, rather than being cynical about it, and acceptance of the universe itself and trusting the universe. All these were wonderful positive shifts, and I'm still working on, right? The journey is still moving on, and work is in progress.
Beautiful. Like so beautiful. I felt so engrossed in the conversation, and honestly, I could also relate to like so many parts. And you have touched on so many different points that yes. So I want to ask you something. Like you have mentioned about suppressed emotions, and you have also mentioned about inner suffering and inner chaos, right? And very intriguing and interesting. But since we were a child and growing up, we were taught that being calm is a superpower and patience is a superpower. So, how do you relate all of these, like expressing emotions, suppressing them, and also being calm and managing the chaos within? How does it go hand in hand?
That's a very wonderful question, actually, which is very apt for all of us. Because specifically, when you are in the path of yoga and when you see the great masters, they are in that meditative mode. We are having again a belief that we are always going to be calm. It's
Yeah.
going to be like this. But life is a mix of very interesting experiences. So I always tell my participants is, it's first understand that there might be some experiences or situations which could unsettle you, because you are not in control of the situation, but things are moving on around you. But moving in the path of yoga, moving in the path of awareness, I would say more of path of awareness, is where you understand that if you are getting unsettled, you're immediately being aware and trying to understand yourself that where is this unsettling coming from? What is this discomfort happening within me? So if you're able to step back, that what is a pause? We keep hearing people saying that step back, pause, and then rather than reacting, respond. What is that pause? That pause button is so important for one's own journey, is because at that time, either I step out of that situation and give my alone time for some time to understand what is this causing me agitation or anxiety or anger or fear or etc etc, because there might be triggers, right? And uh, that is the time when I sit back, understand, oh, whoa, when this person is speaking this, it's bringing really making me very, very angry. Or when this happening, I am feeling anxious or fearful. So understanding that, and also when you understand, you're not pushing it out to a room and locking it. And then coming out and saying that, yeah, I am a calm yogi, because that is not authenticity. And wanting to prove to somebody else that, everything is fine, but I am neutral and no pleasure, no pain, I'm calm. But still, there is inner chaos.
Yeah.
So, what are we wanting here? The inner chaos needs to be shifted to peacefulness. That shift needs to happen internally. We are not wanting the calmness for others to see you, but
Mm.
wanting to ensure that are we connected to ourselves. And if things are agitated, I accept that this is causing me agitation and this is moving me away from the calmness. It's like a circle with a dot. It's so important that our core, our true self is the dot. Most of the time, situations around us, slowly we move out to the periphery of the circle. But moving to the periphery of the circle, I can pause and say, oh, I moved away from the core now. What do I do? How do I go back? Okay, I seem to be agitated right now. I've lost my calmness. Okay, let me give time for myself. Let me understand myself. Rather than blaming the fingers pointing there, the other three fingers are pointing to me. I am working beautifully on myself, not with force, but with love and understanding. And in that way, I will slowly take my time to come to calmness. I take my time. But more and more we are in this journey of awareness, the time taken from periphery to core is lesser. It's like a physics say, the time taken from this to this takes less time. So because we are bringing more and more awareness to ourselves, and we are understanding, oh, this is my trigger. Shall I understand my trigger point? Where is this stemming from? Where is this coming from? Either we go to a coach and understand, have sessions with them and understand, or we sit with ourselves if we know the tools. So instead of denying or suppressing, we accept and then say that, okay, I come back, and we will come back.
Beautiful. Yes. And now we have come back.
Yes.
Yes, so very interesting. And because I was somebody who was very unsettled within, but I always used to affirm that I'm calm and patient. My favorite affirmation, I am calm and I'm patient. But then I didn't know how. Okay, so my question to you is that somebody who's just beginning, so what are some simple steps and practices that they can do to first be aware? As you said that first let us be aware of these things. So for somebody who has no idea about, so what do you say?
For example, if a participant comes to me who's absolutely zero idea of how to even be aware of the thoughts, rather than saying, come on, be aware of your thoughts, Priyanka, I just ask them to observe their breath, because breath is a beautiful connection between the body and the mind. It's very beautifully written in our yogic text also. The moment we are aware of the breath, automatically the body also softens, the mind also kind of relaxes. One thing we need to realize very beautifully in Bhagavad Gita and all our scriptures, it is always said that the nature of the mind is to run around. It is called the monkey mind. It is the monkey mind. So do not expect that mind to be empty, mind to be calm. Why am I not calm? Why am I not calm? Rather than keeping on questioning the mind, we immediately understand, let me harness the mind. Let me train the mind. So the monkey mind needs to be trained. And how do we train? First is breath awareness. That is very, very important as for a beginner. Just becoming aware. And for a beginner, even just be aware of the breath, even for a minute is wonderful. You can't just tell them that sit and be aware of your breath for 5 minutes. The next day, when I'm after 3 days, if I am following up with that person, she said, Prabha, 5 minutes is too much, Prabha. I'm getting very irritated and I'm not able to concentrate. I'm waste, Prabha. So they move on to another area of
Yes.
finding that I can't do even this also properly, Prabha. So I always say it's okay. 1 minute just aware. Or why don't we do like the 10 breaths just become aware?
Hmm.
So using the awareness of breath becomes very beautiful. The next person, according to the personality of the person, for example, you love writing.
Hmm.
So I know that this is your personality because maybe we have had a lot of conversations with each other. And with that, I would have understood that you love writing. So I would actually say, come, Priyanka, would you like to do journaling every night? And
Hmm.
when you do journaling, you're being aware and writing. And I will give a specific point also because sometimes journaling also moves some people into depression because they move on to total victimized mode and blaming mode in the journal, and it might worsen some people.
Yes.
So specifically, you say, today I noticed,
Hmm.
rather than writing the story of how this person did to me, that person did to me, how everyone are unfair. It's okay for 1 or 2 days, but continuation of that will again make us feel very angry. So having a specific topic for the journal and then writing it will make us being aware. And I have seen with my coaches also, when I tell them that a person who's absolutely unaware of how to express their emotions, I had given one person a journaling and she came back after 21 days. I just told her, let's do a mandala of 21 days. And she said, yes, I'm up for it. And after 21 days, she herself sent me a message. You know what, Prabha, I'm really able to express. I'm actually able to express so well my emotions and my thoughts. I always denied them. But now when I'm writing it, I'm feeling very good. I'm being so aware. And this has made me so aware in the rest of the day also. So this was according to the personality of this person. For some people who do not like writing, this is the last idea I give for some people who don't like writing. If I give writing, it will look like a homework for them and a
Hmm.
very hard homework, which they don't like it. And we can understand it when we are talking to them, right? The moment you say journal, they will might cringe their face. Oh God, she's giving me journaling.
Hmm. Hmm.
So immediately I say, okay, why don't you use technology? Take your mobile and press the record button and just share. Just speak out. Whatever comes. Be in a closed room and just let out. Every day do that. Don't need to send to me, but you are just letting it out rather than swallowing it. So this also makes you start feeling aware. All the chaos in the mind always is what is happening when we speak. First, a thought comes in our brain. Then it rearranges everything. And from that thought, then it comes to the mouth and then we speak,
Hmm.
right? So many things are internal processing is happening. So when they do this, again, they become aware that what is happening and the chaos reduces a lot. So these are the three simple tools for beginners, for anyone, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for three different tools because I agree that different tools work for different people. My biggest concern, even after being a coach and licensing and everything, was how to close your eyes and just sit there because then you have all of those uncomfortable thoughts. And I thought this is not for me. How do I teach this to people? This is not for me. It improved over time, but I realized that art is my expression, even better than writing and journaling. I felt like when I'm doing art, I'm mindful, I'm there, and it's an emotional expression as well. Ah, beautiful.
Here I would like to say this is a very interesting point which you said about closing eyes,
Hmm.
right? Which I always tell to my yoga participants when I observe a person who's unable to close their eyes,
Hmm.
never force them
Yes.
because why? It indicates that they don't feel safe.
Yes.
Something unknown is something coming up for them. They feel something really, something is happening. So I actually ask them to half close. It's like how Buddha stays, right? Half. So, and just have a gaze at not some areas where you're going to get distracted, maybe at the floor or something like that, and half gaze at that position and continue being aware. Even for children, you would find that when we say breath awareness, there are some children who cannot close their eyes. They will keep doing all these things.
Yes.
Even I have conducted classes for neurodivergent community also. For them, it's you cannot tell them to close their eyes actually. There are many neurodivergent spectrum children who cannot close. So at that time, I say, keep your eyes open. Let's observe the breath. So for observing the breath, it's not necessary that the eyes have to be closed for all. It
Yes.
takes time for to regulate our nerves and to feel safer. So that is why the art of bringing in affirmations for them that I am safe and secure wherever I am in this world. More and more they start giving and then do the inner child healing and all that. They will one day, you would find them closing their eyes for 30 seconds. Then you have seen, oh, okay, things are beautifully churning and working. So I
Hmm.
would recommend that for you too.
Beautiful. And thank you. Now it has become fairly easy to, observe your breath by closing the eyes, but I would not say that it is still my go-to practice in doing things. And also with more and more people coming in and listening to their experiences, makes a lot of sense. The point that you said about feeling unsafe and not wanting to close their eyes. What do you think is one of the biggest fears of people who have been working with you and are coming to you? What do you think?
Actually, interestingly, I have people who come to me regarding this same thing. Why
Okay.
I will say, I always remember my mentor Babuma says, what you are working on for yourself, you will be attracting coaches also like that.
Yes, I
And
agree.
I and for me, there I have gone through a journey where it is used to be highly fearful and traumatic for me to be in dark space or be in a space where I'm alone in the night to close my eyes and sleep because I have understood that I'm not safe as a woman. So that was where I have felt it. And when people come to me, I can understand when they say these things that there is something which has happened, which they feel unsafe. They don't feel safe, and trusting the universe is very difficult for them. So this is where I have always seen people coming to me with this kind of fear. And there is one more fear which I keep observing in some of my participants or clients are the fear of not being in control. That I have to be in control, Prabha.
Hmm.
This is not control. So I'm not very happy about it. That my son, my daughter is doing things or saying things or taking care of this. I have to be in control of their life. I
Hmm.
feel scared if I'm not in control, they might get, they might collapse or they might have some problems in their life. I need to be in control. So there is a fear that my loved ones would not be safe because I am not taking control of that. I want to be the remote button. So I do see that in many seniors actually who come to my class who have older children and the children who are well grown up,
Hmm.
and but still the parent is so much wanting to control their lives and they are in a fix because they are not able to.
Hmm.
So that severe fear is really very evident in them. And
Hmm.
I always tell them, let's not take fear as a first thing to work upon. It's
Hmm.
very important because I have understood in my own journey, the first thing I worked upon was not fear. I started doing things at the periphery, what all things I need to work. Because fear might be the root core aspect for me.
Yes.
So immediately, yeah, I'm good. Overcome fear is not the right way to do that
Hmm.
because you start working on the periphery items, peel the layers one by one, one by one. A day will come when you will feel yourself that I am able to trust. There is calmness within. And I have come all this way where even if my husband is not in station for even for about 10 days, I'm very comfortable being in my room. I'm very comfortable in the dark as of now. But I don't know if suddenly I'm put in a room in some other place. I don't know how it will be, but right now, I always put it as, oh, it's just a thought. I'm going to take it away. I just do that vision and just take it out. Someday it kind of makes me feel good. And then my Ishta Devata, my divine is Krishna. So I immediately close my eyes and say, He's with me, He's protecting me. I'm in a divinely protected, I'm in a bubble of divine protection. Nothing is going to happen to me. All that I say that. And I have grown from fear to trust. It's not fear to courage. It is fear to trust, to love. So this is where we go because we always think the fear aspect opposite is courage. I've always understood through my journeys and through my journey with my participants is not to bring courage. I have to be brave, Prabha. I have to be brave. They keep telling that they get very disappointed.
Hmm.
I keep telling that let's start slowly moving on to just start feeling comfortable where you are and be understanding with the discomfort also,
Hmm.
and then start trusting this universe slow and steady. Then the progress. Moving from fear to trust and safety takes time, and we need to be patient. It's not a pill. I am a pharmacy student. So I've done my master's in pharmacy. I keep telling people I have seen the effect of drugs. One medicine you give, immediately headache goes within 2 hours or 45 minutes. But working through the mind patterns and the belief patterns takes time, and we need to be very, very gentle with ourselves. It might take years also to move, but we need to continue our sadhana because that is the purpose of our life, to continue our journey till we feel that fulfillment within our core. And that is where it is beautiful journey. And we need to look forward for that and not scold ourselves every time we make a mistake. See, I worked through fear, I got fear again. That is not the right way. That is being hard. Don't be a hard mother for yourself. Be a friend to yourself. And through this journey, understand.
Hmm. Thank you. Because every answer that you are giving is just so complete in itself, and I am left with no questions after that. Okay, so I
Thank
had
you so much. Sharing like this actually makes me feel very, very happy because I am sharing out of my experience.
Hmm.
And through my experience is what comes out as words to you or to anyone. Because otherwise, I sit here and say, come on, it's what are you sitting here and being fearful for your Priyanka? Come on, get up, wake up. This is not the way to handle ourselves. We
Hmm.
are handled with care. So please ensure that we are really very soft beings. Let us not be hard.
I can relate to that because over the years I have become kinder to myself, but yeah. Hmm. And thank you so much for sharing so many beautiful and I would say golden nuggets. I wanted to ask you for one final power statement, but you already mentioned that be your friend and be don't be hard. So I'm taking that as the mantra for
I'll
today's.
also say, add on one more thing, which I keep telling my participants is,
Hmm.
right now, I matter. I am here for myself.
Okay. ठीक है.
This
I
is something
matter.
really. Right now, I matter.
Hmm.
I am here for myself.
I'm here for
I
myself.
have found immense comfort for myself
Hmm.
because I know that I am here for myself. I cannot expect anyone to be there constantly. I have understood that being alone also is being fulfilled
Yeah.
because I'm there with myself. There is a difference between loneliness and aloneness. Aloneness is just being settled with yourself. Lonely is why lonely, nobody is there to give me company. This. We go into those things. I
Hmm.
don't have friends. I don't have a understanding partner. My children also don't understand me. We go into that into those areas. But just being alone and comfortable and telling I'm here for myself. Right now, I matter. That's it. That gives so much of comfort.
I agree. Even during the worst, I would say, episodes and phases of my life, I have just rubbed my arm like this and said, okay, it's okay, and done nothing else. And over the years, I cannot even explain how much that has like worked. So yes. So thank you. Thank you for being here for such an amazing and I would say truly heart-led conversation because you have shared from your life and that matters. And anybody who wants to connect with her, she's from Bangalore. You can just reach out to her and work with her and learn from her. She's amazing. And thank you for being here in this conversation with me and all of us.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for inviting me. I was really excited to come here, and we had such a really wonderful heart to heart conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Stay tuned for another Heartlet conversation soon. And let's see how it goes. Okay. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you.